Hmm. That looks good. Evening all. As per usual, give us a thumbs up if we're working and you can hear and see, etc. Light's a bit strange tonight, isn't it? Let's put a bit more light around there. A bit less light around there, like that. That'll do. It's near enough. Right, evening Greg, Peter, David. Marvellous. Right, you must be working in. Super duper. I've been sorting out a few more old pictures, colouring them up, which we'll have a look at in a minute. Actually, can have a quick look at the auction bits and there's some more stuff to put on over the weekend. Paul says, forget the tea, I need dinner. You'll notice also I put the new section up, the sight and sound section, which is all stuff like gramophones, phonographs, radios and so on. So I've got like radios, 90 of them there. Mechanical music stuff, music boxes, polyphons and things. Film cameras, camera cameras, musical instruments, etc. So anything of that category is all in that section. Because a few radios come in the last auction, there's probably going to be some in this auction as well. So I thought I'd better dig out all the old prices and sort that out. So I think there's about 600 odd prices in that section. Yeah, 600 prices, 800 pictures, and a few videos. So there we are. Knock yourself out on that lot. I've done a few more machines. Haven't yet pictured the pinballs other than the flying circus because I need to move stuff around tomorrow to photograph them because they just come out at really weird angles because I can't get the camera far enough back. So excuse a slight delay on that. I did put a quick snap up the other night, whenever it was when they came in. But that's tomorrow's project. To have a big bit of a rearrange. So I put up the 3-ball Brians, a couple of little vending machines. What else went up? Grip tester on a stand. And the little pusher. The pusher, I put the belt on. Here we go. Because the belt in it had broken. Someone bought a new belt for it and had to put it on because you needed to take the link off the wheel to get it on. So I put the on, but it's a bit tight, so it's a bit. The motor's sort of struggling to turn it really. It needs adjusting a little bit, I think. I guess the belt will stretch after a while, so you sort of help it round, it goes round. It's also dirty and grubby inside and really wants a good clean. I think so it's probably not slipping very well either, so it really wants a little bit of time just cleaning it inside and out. But that's that one. Stamp machine usually there. The 3-ball, that's all working nicely. It's on old penny. Locks, keys, everything. And the gripper, it needs evening Paul, Peter. On the gripper, I did try and photograph, but you can't really see it. If you've got one, you'll know what I mean. At the very bottom here, it's just a simple little sort of seesawy bit that the penny drops on one end, tips the seesaw up, and that lets you pull the handle because it just like grips into a little latch. That was taken off to put it onto free play, and they can't find it. They've lost that little bit, but it's as simple. It's only like a bent bit of wire. If anyone's got one somewhere, I'll try and photograph the bit or even draw it and measure it or something so someone can make one. Other than that, it's there. It's got its back door. There's no lock. And it's on a stand, so that's that. Anything else I need to tell you about any of these machines? I don't think so. If there's any questions, let me know. Who made what? The pusher, do you mean? Probably. If that's what you're asking, I don't know. Might be a homemade one, but it didn't done very well. Did I do an inside picture of it? Yeah, I did. The back is like a dimply perspex stuff with stuff behind it, and there's all these little stars all cut out perspex. And again, mirror perspex where the coin slides down. This is on 1p, but I think you could either these where the coins roll down, it's just like a sandwich of layers of perspex, so you've only got to unbolt them and just move them out a bit, or trim one down, then you could get an old penny through it if you wanted to put it on an old penny. You can see underneath there the little motor and the belt. It's on 12 volt. Yeah, a little light in the top of it, low voltage light as well. So that's all right. Yeah, this shock is very nice, cast iron. Very rare thing. I think there's 3 of them, 2 over here and 1 in the States. All nicely restored. And all working. Well, I haven't put a battery in it to test it, but I'm reliably informed it's working. Yeah, so there we are. That's where we're up to machine-wise. What else have I put up? Were there any more fair-handy bits went up? There might have been. I don't think there was actually since the other day. There's more bits and bobs to go on. So my plan is for now this weekend I'm going to be here in Cambridge because of the powers that be in the infinite wisdom. Not only is there a train strike, but they're also closing the A14 for the weekend to do some roadworks. Just when it was going to be even busier than usual. So the alternative routes east to west are going to be an absolute nightmare. So I'm not going to try and battle over to the Elephant House on Sunday. So I'm here. If you want to come, I'm around all weekend, or should be. Just give us a shout. But again, look at your own travel plans, because if you have to come via the A14, bits of it are closed. I'm not entirely sure which bits. But there we are. Just to forewarn you, so I shall crack on with photographing those other machines across the weekend and some other stuff to go on as well. Some signs and things. So I think, what else is here? What else has arrived? I've also got to sort out that, I think I mentioned the other day, there's a Mills Poinsettia, but it's in 3 cardboard boxes at the minute, so I'll put that together and try and see if it's all there. I think it is all there from a quick look. That was to be somebody's restoration project, but unfortunately they are no longer with us. So there we are, somebody else will have to do it. Peter says, oh, sorry, the internet dropped out. Any idea who made the pusher? No, I was saying, I think it's, let's go back to it again. What am I looking for? Pushers. Coin-op machines. Pushers. I think it's, a homemade job, but been done very well, basically. So it's mains in, but then it's transformer down, so the little motor's on 12 volt, and the little light in the top is 12 volt as well. And all these little stars things are all cut out perspex. And I was just saying, the where the coin rolls down and this mirrored perspex bit, it's like a sandwich of sheets of perspex bolted together. So if you want to put it on a different coin, i.e. old penny, all you've got to do is unbolt them. Maybe just trim a bit off the zigzag one side, or just move the 2 apart and trim down the straight edges, whatever, and then you could put old pennies in it. And you see the little star on the playfield as well, where the pennies lose underneath. So yeah, quite a dinky little thing really. It's very thin, it's only like 6.5 inches, like an Allwyn size thickness. So there we are. The other thing I said, if you didn't catch it, was the gripper needs the little bent bit of wire seesaw latched thing at the bottom, because the people who had it took that out to put it onto free play and have lost it. So if I can get to it, I've got one somewhere, if I can get to it, I'll photograph it, the bit that's missing, and trace around it or something, so whoever buys it has got a copy to make similar, but it's only like a bit of bent coat hanger wire basically. If you've got one, you'll know what I mean. So yeah, so that's that. Yes, so weekend, if you want to come, I'm here all weekend. I'll be photographing the other nice pinballs to go on. The can't remember what they are. Oh, the Spitfire pinball, the football table, and the, what's the other thing in there? Mine's gone blank. That's not good, is it? It's my age, you know. Can't think what it was. Something else pinball-y sized. Anyway, whatever it is. And there's some other bits to put on as well. Signs and things. So I'll crack on with those over the weekend. I'm covered in glitter. I've been prop building today, so you see me sparkling just because I'm covered in glitter. Yeah. And then there's lots more stuff coming in over the next week or two. Some stuff, people are meeting me up next weekend. And then the day after, I'm collecting some stuff as well. There's some more spares coming in, hopefully the very end of this week. But whether I'll get them done or not before the weekend, I doubt, just timing wise. So there's a lot about to come in over the next sort of couple of weeks, basically. Peter says, just tipped the Mitchell's Mini Cascade and it was the best push in my Yarmouth arcade. Highly recommend buying one. Oh, well, there you go. That's a good recommendation, isn't it? Let's have a look. Pushers. Wall-mounted pushers. Mini Cascade. Here we are. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So yeah, get hold of Paul and buy one of those. Greg says, visited Maryvale yesterday. Nice to see the extension and meet the new owner. Well done, Peter. I think the competition's hotting up between Peter at Maryvale and Robert up at, what do we call it? Forgotten the name. God, memory's bad, isn't it, today? There's been so much going on today. Woodbank. As to who's going to have the biggest arcade, because they're both extending. So, yeah, it's all good fun, isn't it? A good thing is, of course, it means bigger arcades, which means more stuff for us to all go and look at. Anyway, so talking about that, I'll get to some pictures in a minute. Don't forget, next weekend, not this Sunday, the next week, the 3rd, up at Woodbank. If you're coming, let us know. Let us know what you're bringing. There's a bit of a list here. It's on the cup of tea page on your thing. And also, if you're staying and joining us for the evening meal afterwards, either let me or Robert know as well. Then we can adjust the booking size at the pub. I think there's 8 at the minute. And the hotel link is there as well if you're staying over. So that's all that. Right, let's have a look at some pictures. What have I done with those? Old EH pics, no, pic folder. I think it's this button. Yep, here we are. I might have to get out of the way in a minute. I'm going to skew some of these. Yeah, so some more old photographs that either I found or people have sent me over the past few weeks, whatever. So these were all old black and white ones, which I've fiddled around and digitally coloured up again. If I bring this file up, I'll see if I can tell you anything about any of them. So this picture, believe it or not, is 1929. So it's, what's that, 93 years old. Pretty astonishing, really, isn't it? There we are. Nice mutoscope, one with a short top flash on, interestingly. So 29, that machine was relatively new. They came out in the 20s, didn't they, the round tin ones? Can't remember what year offhand. But yeah, outside Helen's Sweet Shop. Don't know where, somewhere in the States, obviously, because it's on 1 cent, the machine. And Fairmont's Ice Cream, I think it says as well. I'm just making the... My broadcast screen is pretty small, so I'm just fiddling around trying to make a file size on my screen so I can see details better. There we are. If you're watching on the bigger screen, you can see the broadcast better than I can, you see. Yeah, Fairmont's Dairy Ice Cream. Is it Fairmont's? Yeah, Fairmont's. Very nice. Anyway, so I thought that was quite a good one. These pictures I'll put up on the website later on in the appropriate section. So that's that one. So the next one, this is, I had one of these before, I found another one. This is 1940 at the North Carolina State Fair, obviously in the States. With some rather fabulous metal-bodied dodging cars there. Bomber cars, as they call them in the States. So, yeah. It's a rather nice picture, isn't it? It's come out quite well, with a bit of colouring. So that's quite good. And the next one, we've got this one, more mutoscopes. There's a few different mutoscope ones. This one is apparently Brighton Pier in 1952. I'm not sure which pier, if it's West Pier or Palace Pier. Not sure. Just looking, the row of mutoscopes seem to slope down, so it's obviously as opposed against the building, so whichever pier had a slope on. Don't know. Might be the West Pier, but it didn't have a slope that went down underneath. There's a shooting gallery underneath it, wasn't there? Underneath the deck. I wonder if that's going down to that, maybe. Don't know. If anybody can work it out. Paul says it's nice to know his push is doing well. Yeah, indeed. Peter says, thanks for your kind words. The extra space is temporary, pending the refitting in the winter. But it'll be hopefully even bigger with 70 machines. Excellent. Oh, no, approximately 70 machines at the moment, but wait and see. Oh, excellent. It sounds fun. Peter says the West Pier. Yeah, I think it is the West Pier, isn't it? We might have to come to Yarmouth and do a film of before and after when you do the big extension. That'd be quite good. So yeah. So that's West Pier. Next one, we've got some Kalescopes. This is pretty early. Somewhere in the States. 1 cent, 5 cent Kalescopes. These were stereoscopes, clockwork. Nice machines. But I think you're probably 20s, I'm guessing, but just by the look at the pictures and the yeah. Some of the captions: Rose of My Heart, Vamping Venus, Hot Tango, and Hot Char. Again, a very pretty poor quality black and white one, but I've done my best to fiddle about with it in Photoshop and put a little bit of life into it. That's Kalescopes. More viewers. We've got clamshell mutoscopes this time. I don't know what date this one is. I haven't got any clue. Judging by the chap's hat, 40s maybe, late 30s, 40s. What have we got here? Chamber of Love, Nude Kisses, French Swing, and something of Spain. Girls of Spain, I imagine. The difference, look, French Swing is a cent, whereas Girls of Spain is a nickel, 5 cents, 5 times as much. So yeah, if you think that would be like 50p or £2.50. Actually, weren't those Kalescopes? I think they used to go back one. I think they were, yeah, 5 cent. Hot Tango, look, is 5 cent, and Hot Char is 1 cent. At the other end there, Rose of My Heart is 5 cent. What Vamping Venus was. Huh. Anyway, yeah. Nice row of clamshells. And the next one is kinetoscopes. Great picture, this one. Edison kinetoscope. So this is going to be 1890s, over 100 years ago. What I really like on the wall there is this peacock thing. There's all light bulbs in the tail. Presumably Edison light bulbs. It's obviously some big Edison publicity picture type thing. So yeah. As much as I'd love a kinetoscope, I'd also love the peacock with all the light bulbs in the tails, in the tail feathers. What a lovely thing. So there we are, 1893 kinetoscope come out, so it's going to be shortly after that, I should suspect, this picture. Edison's latest invention, it says on the top of the machines there. So the kinetoscope actually had a roll of film in it, going around up and down dozens and dozens of pulleys to show a moving image, but it's sort of pre-cinema, before they figured out they could project light through the film onto a big screen. So, important early development in the development of cinema. There you go. It's a kinetoscope. All started with a slot machine. And the next one. Bit of fairground, am I in the way of anything? Nothing. Only a plant, I think. So this is at Rhyl, North Wales, and this is the Ocean Beach Fun Fair, sometime in the 50s. This picture's not a bit sharper to see what's right in the background. But never mind, there's nice Austin cars. But running on the track like supercar type style. And yeah, there you go. Some of you might even be old enough to remember it. But again, this is a black and white one, just coloured up a bit as well. The colours are a little bit odd, but it's not done a bad job. Just brings things out a little bit more. Next up, what do we got? More mutoscopes. And lots of mutoscope pictures. Again, don't know where this one is. In the UK, it's one because it's on 1 penny. The well, I don't know if it says one. No, it says one. I think it was 1D pennies, as opposed to 1C pennies. So yeah, a British picture, I think. But it's quite amusing. A load of kids looking in the mutoscopes. I thought quite a nice picture. So again, I'll upload it to the picture later on. These next two are quite interesting. This is apparently the Sotheby's auction of April 1975. There you go. I've probably got the auction catalogue somewhere. All my catalogues are stored away at the minute. But if anybody's got the Sotheby's auction catalogue of April 1975, there we are. It's quite an impressive line of machines. So we've got from right, by my nose, going the other direction, mutoscope, a stereoscope of some type. Let's say glamorous, I think it's glamorous colour in 3 dimensions. Or glorious colour in 3 dimensions, glorious colour in 3 dimensions, I think is what it is. Then an auto stereoscope, a Mills owl lifter, just sort of above the boy's head there. Another strength tester, which one's that with the funny handles on? I don't know. Then an Ahrens, or might be a Mills. Cathedral stereoscope, Brian's brand tub, a crane. You can just about see, if you look at the chap in the middle of the picture with a bald head, and then you've got the girl behind him with a woolly hat on, and just to sort of to her right, as it were, there's a steering wheel. That's on the front of the Stevenson and Lovett, the Irish sweepstakes machine, with a nurse goes along with a big rotating drum. Quite a rare machine, actually. Then you've got a Mutoscope crane, 2 Bolins working models, another Mutoscope crane. Then across the back there, looks like 3 working models. Good working models by the look of them. Denisons or something of the ilk. Don't know. So it'd be nice to find the auction catalogue and find out what they all were. Greg says, even in the late 70s and very early 80s, there were loads of Mutoscopes, tinnies and clamshells en masse. I've no idea where they all went. Yeah, I don't know where they all went. Paul says, done a full restoration on an Austin car last year. That colour looks spot on old English white. Oh, that's interesting though. Great. Oh, in the Kurzel. Yeah, all the Kurzel stuff. I don't know where all that went when the Kurzel closed down. Just dispersed, I guess. Yeah. Mutoscopes appear now and again. There was one in the auction today, made 2,700 plus 30% premium, I think it was, for a tinny, with 4 reels with it though, to be fair. But it didn't have a proper side door either. The side door was a bit of plywood, I think. So it seemed like enough to me. I think 2,700 all in would have been enough. Never mind putting 30% on top. There you go. What do I know about prices? Does anybody recognise anyone in the photo? Yeah, I was figuring that. I don't know. It's before my time. I was only 4 at the time, so yeah. Be quite nice to think that the lad looking in the auto stereoscope grew up to be a collector. I guess the rest of them are no longer with us, probably, in that photograph. Bearing in mind this is 40. What were we now? 47 years ago. 46 years ago, whatever. So yeah. Don't know. Interesting, isn't it? That's right, and there's another view here. Obviously, that what was in that auto stereoscope was very good, because that little lad's still looking at it. But it's a good, nice picture there of the Mills owl lifter. Then sort of to the right of the picture there, you've got a twins there. Walton's twins. Which looks so like my twins, which is now at Warkmouth Castle. I've got to find a picture of mine. I know the holders all look the same, but I don't know, it's just something about it. I think, I wonder if that's my one. And there's another, you can just see down, just, I can probably almost point to it just here, look. This is all the way back to front, but just here is another auto stereoscope, just the top of it you can just see. Then above that, that's an Ollie Wales viewer, isn't it? Ollie Wales with the little countertop one. So yeah. And behind it, look, a load of old paintings on the wall. Probably quite good, valuable paintings. It was Sotheby's. So yeah, a bit strange, isn't it? But I thought they were quite interesting pictures. Again, these were black and white pictures I've coloured up, so that's why the colours are all a bit odd, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting, I think. And the next one, this is the Toto or Toto machine. We sold one a few months ago to somebody. It's apparently now all working, they said. Can't think who bought it. They won't remember who bought it, or if you're online tonight. They were on a couple of weeks ago and said it was all working now. So it's nice to find a picture of it on site somewhere. Don't know where. Just a little on-site picture. There we are. I think that's the lot. So I'll let these run round while we. If I press the right button, they should just keep going round and round in a circle. Have I pressed the right button? Yes, I think so. Ah, yeah, there we go. Let me just cycle around again. Yeah, so there we are. Some more nice pictures. As I say, I'll upload them to the website where there's a suitable page to put them on. Things like the the Real Amusement Park one, when I do the interactive map thing, they'll go onto that page or whatever it's going to be, and we'll hopefully find lots more. Oh, it's Peter. There you go. About the Toto. It was me. It's working, but not restored yet. There you go. So there's a picture of it. If you email me, because I'll forget if not, and I'll send you a picture, because when I upload it to the website, it always comes up with the Colcon little strap across it. But if you want one without that on, if you want to print it off, hang it on your wall or whatever, send me an email and I'll email it to you. And the black and white one as well. And then you can do what you like with them if you want them. And the same as anybody else with any of these other photographs. If you want them without the Colcon little copyright thing on them, just let me know. Ping me an email and I'll send them to you. So there we are. So I'll try and sort possibly some more out for Sunday if I get around to it. I just tend to do a bit of a batch every now and again. And equally, if you've got any to share, then send them to me. I'm sure everyone would like to see them. And we gradually keep collecting them up. I put a bit more archivist stuff on the website as well. Let me just get back to there. I will go there in a minute. Oops, let's just pause this a second. Go to the website. What did I put up? Archive department, a little museum symbol. Archives. Yeah, oh yeah, a picture of the Edison thing. There we are with a film in it. So you can see what I mean by that. See, let's blow it up a little bit. There you go. It's just one big long loop of film round and around all those pulley wheels. Interesting machine, eh? So a few more flyers. Quite amusing little postcard, look. Where are we? Here we are. With the one-armed bandit. Again, if anybody wants that, if you've got a extraordinary, it's quite a fun little thing that you could print off and hang on the wall next to it or whatever. Just let me know. Bowling machines. What was this one? Drive Master, etc. So I just keep adding things on as I find them, or as I dig them out, or people send them to me, or whatever, to the assorted pages. There's been a whole new load of pages gone up as I've been rearranging things in the database and making it a bit easier to find stuff. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. So there we are, and let's pop these pictures up again. There we go. Peter says, no Clive at an early auction. Interesting, no rubbish in that sale. No, there's all good stuff in that sale, isn't it? Yeah. Again, it's probably must all be out there somewhere. But it's quite good when you look at some of those early auction catalogues, how much good stuff there was. I mean, the prices obviously are, it was a long time ago, so the prices are completely different. But what's often interesting is the comparative values in some of those sales. You sometimes see that a working model only made the same amount as an Allwyn or whatever, for an example. Whereas now they're several times as much. Although kind of catching up again, funnily enough. Yeah, I mean, there was a time when, working models were 3,000 or 4,000 and Allwyns were 400 or 500, so models were nearly 10 times an Allwyn. And now probably, I don't know if models have gone up anymore, haven't been sold for ages. But with Allwyns regularly hitting £1,000 for nice ones, I don't think working models are going to be £10,000. I suspect they're probably still about the same, sort of 4,000 or 5,000-ish maybe. So the kind of the relative values of leveling out again over time. Interesting how they go. But eventually one day all those old sales, the Sotheby's sales and the Phillips ones and whatnot, I will get around to adding all that price data into the database. And then kind of graph stuff out over the years. So I've got a lot of it. I haven't got all of them, but I've got quite a few of them. And yeah, just be interesting to see how stuff's gone. And try and figure out where it all is now. And you might recognise some of it from sales 50 years ago. I mean, oh, hang on, that's my machine, I've got that, etc. Yeah, so we can't make out quite what their working models are right at the back there. But obviously it will say in the catalogue. There we are. So any questions, comments, fire away. Let me know. If not, we'll wrap things up. Next video will be Sunday night. I'm around all weekend here in Cambridge. Not going to Leamington this weekend because of the A14 chaos / train strikes, etc. So just get in touch if you want to come over with anything, drop anything off. If you want to come and view anything that's already here, you're welcome to. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy at the minute, so yeah, give me warning so I can move it so you can physically get to it to see it, because it's all piled up at the minute. Other than that, we shall keep on keeping on. And yeah, look forward to next weekend up at Bingley. Right, so I think that's it from me. You know where I am if you want me. And we'll catch up Sunday night. Have a jolly weekend, whatever you're up to. And yeah, see you then. Right, I'm off. Nighty night. We're just sticking here. Night all. Next one, Sunday night. There we go. Right, that's it. I am off now. Bye.